Hey guys, how you doing? This video is, well, as you can see, it's taken from the beach back over there. Oh, sucked my arm away. Yeah, we just thought I'd go down to the beach to do a quick little video about my progress with what's happening with my body at the moment. Yeah, I've had a few people reaching out to me, especially people that actually injured themselves in a similar way, or they've just hurt their knee in some particular way, and wanting to share some insight into where they're at and what's been going on. I would appreciate any of those sorts of comments below here now once you start to see what the problems are that I've actually got. Secondly, if you are already a health professional and you have skill sets to be able to help people heal, and you would like to be able to actually get exposure for what it is that you do, and I've never worked with you before, feel free to reach out to me as well, because I have a massive network on social media and I'm going to be doing a lot of posting about this. If you want some exposure, let's talk. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm just going to give you a picture of the anatomy of the knee, and then I'm going to explain some of the things that have happened to me. So we have got that there. All right, so this is a picture of the inside of the right knee. It's my right knee that I've hurt. Okay, so the one here on the left is the front of the knee, and the one here is the side, looking on the what's it called? Posterior cruciate ligament. Are we looking at the medial? It doesn't say if it's the medial or not. Oh yeah, no, it's the outside. So anyhow, we've got a side view, we've got a front view, and what we're looking at here is that we've got, with the knee, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 main ligaments that you can see in this picture that keep the knee together, to keep the bones together. Ligaments basically just keep bone to bone together. Okay, tendons attach muscle to bone, so ligaments are bone to bone. Then we've got padding on the inside to be able to, cushion the fall and cushion all of the force that goes on between the bones. We don't just want bone grinding on bone. There's padding there, and essentially the blue covered padding that's at the end here of the femur. So you've got your big thigh bone here up the top, the femur. That's called articular cartilage. Done a little bit of damage to that, not too bad from what I understand. Then you've got the same articular cartilage down the bottom here over the top of the tibia, your shin bone. And then you've got like a pad in between that even, that's called the meniscus. So from a padding perspective, we'll start there. I've got a pretty big tear through my meniscus. I already have since I was a kid in my teenage years. I used to have big problems with my knee walking along, and then suddenly my knee would lock out and all this funky stuff would happen. But I just applied my holistic health principles, strengthened myself back to normal, and it's never been a problem. And, for years, I've been able to do quite a lot of stuff. But it actually did get to the stage where I went and had an MRI. I decided that I was going to get surgery 6 months after that, because I was part of the public health system and still am. But I went on a 7-month holiday and came back, and the knee was totally fine. So I didn't go any further forward with it. But I do have a longer, bigger tear in it now. It's just sort of what I've done is just made it worse. So that's the padding. Then when you're looking at the bones, we've got the patella, your kneecap. You got your tibia. You got your femur up the top here. You got the tibia down the bottom, and the other smaller bone there on the lateral part of your leg called the fibula. So with me here with the tibia, this is called the tibial plateau. Okay, it's just like the table of the tibia where everything sits. I fractured that. So I don't know how bad the fracture is. I haven't seen the actual scans yet. I can't read scans. It's not my skill sets, but I'm going to be looking forward to talking to an orthopedic surgeon next week so that he can give me more insight into what's going on. Because I've only basically seen a GP. GPs only give you 10 to 15 minutes. We didn't look at any scans. He's just basically seen the written report like I have here that I've got. Oh, you can't really see it at the moment. We'll come back. Where is it? Doesn't even show it. Oh, it just came up there. It's really weird. Anyhow, it's because it's white. I've got fractures in there. So that sort of changes the game big time, because now any sort of fracture requires usually 6 weeks to be able to heal. So, and, it also requires making that part of your body immovable. So I'm sort of rattling around with that in my head, because there's a lot of science and a lot of stuff that I'm doing to encourage movement, or more so muscular contraction above and below my knee, to basically, like I've said in a couple of other videos, bring in the groceries and get rid of the garbage. So sending in good blood and getting rid of all of the lymphatic drainage and swelling and stuff. So I got a fracture there. and I've got damage to my meniscus. Those are two things. Let's look at the next two things. Yes, there's two more things to look at. We've got ligaments. We've got a ligament on the side here and a ligament on the side here. This one here is called the lateral collateral ligament. This one here is called the medial collateral ligament. This one is the patella. When we're looking at the, what's this, anterior cruciate ligament? Oh, no, sorry. That's looking at the patella tendon. We're looking at, two other ligaments on the inside that you can't touch that are very important for rotation within the knee. Even though it's a hinge joint, there's a lot of shearing and twisting forces that go on in the knee with a lot of athletic endeavors. And the ACL is one that most people know of, the anterior cruciate ligament. So anterior just means to the front of the body. Posterior means to the back of the body. Most people will hear about doing their ACL. Well, I've done my ACL, so I've ruptured it. I don't know if it's fully ripped off the bone, or because ligaments keep bone to bone, tendons put muscle to bone. That's their purposes. But the ACL is not doing well, so I'm going to have a lot less stability in my knee. Potentially, depending upon how I rehab it, and or if I choose to get surgery, which I really want to avoid, and I'd rather just rehab it naturally as much as possible. But let's see. And there's plenty of athletes out there that still exist and do what they do without an ACL, believe it or not. Look it up on Google. I was completely unaware of it. I've never had any clients that are that way. So, but anyhow, I have, damaged the ACL, fractured the tibial plateau, torn my meniscus, and then my medial collateral ligament has also got a pretty big strain on it. It's not fully torn off, but a strain is essentially a tear. So that's it, guys. For those of you that have experienced any of this before and want to comment and share with me, let me just turn this off. Share with me any challenges that you've had in the past. I'd love to hear. And like I said, if there's any health pros out there that are interested in getting a bit of exposure with all of the posting I'm going to be doing, and you think that you've got skill sets that you'd be able to use, that you want to use in being able to work with me and help my knee heal, I'm going to be happy to make some videos, do some posts, have a bit of fun. And but at the same time, bottom line is that I've royally screwed my knee. I really have, and I'm not going to be very mobile for a while. So it's going to kill me potentially. No, I shouldn't say it's going to do this or it's going to do that. I'm going to focus on doing as much as I possibly can. When I get the go ahead to know that I can actually move this, fracture is healed, that sort of stuff, that's then when you'll see me in the pool a lot, because the pool is where I've done a lot of rehab with people with ACL problems and stuff like that, because it's just such a great supporting place where you can really move your legs in such an easy way without gravity causing any extra challenges. So anyways, I hope this was of interest to any of you that are watching this one, and speak to you guys soon.